Hi guys, welcome to today's Wisdom on Wednesday. And today I was thinking about, when you're going through things and people say to you, you can do it, you've got it, you're very determined, all these things that they say that they think are helping. And sometimes they are helping, but sometimes they're not. Because sometimes the truth of facing your reality of the situation you're in is surrender. Sometimes what you need to do is actually surrender and accept and say, do you know what? I've just come to the end of my road of living like this. Whatever it is that you're dealing with, that is. What can I do differently this time to ensure that I'm not in this position in 6 months' time, in 12 months' time, or whatever? And when I talk about this to clients, the hard thing that they seem to struggle with is that this is a lifetime job. This is not just for the next day, the next week, the next month. This is what we have to do for the rest of our lives if we don't want to be in the same position again. When you're changing your mindset, it's not just a temporary thing. If you want a better life, you have to change a lot of things, but it's an internal job. And that's why we break it down to one thing at a time. Because sometimes when we are trying to work through things, what happens is we go into anger and rage. And I had a client that she was so angry because the dishes were left in the sink. And she came in like a lion. And I said, is it really the dishes in the sink? And it was like, that's the last straw. That's the last straw. He knows I hate the dishes in the sink. So she was actually walking away in her mind from the relationship because the last straw was the dishes in the sink. When behind it, it was a lot more than dishes in the sink. And sometimes what we do when we're trying to surrender and accept things is we throw people away. We end relationships on simple little things when really that's the last thing we want to do. We don't want to isolate people that care for us. But because we don't like who we are, we're putting that out onto other people and we're focusing on outside of ourselves. So when you're working on yourself, it's an internal job. And it's nobody else's job to fix you. Nobody else can fix you, only you. So my question to you today is, do you need to surrender to anything? Do you need to surrender to your situation? Do you need to surrender to what? Do you need to surrender and say, I've had enough. I need to do something differently. Surrender to feeling crap all the time. Surrender to living from month to month. Surrender and take a good look at your finances and say, can I actually afford the lifestyle that I'm putting out there? And maybe if you curb your spending, which is a difficult one at times, you'll have more money in the bank at the end of the month. So there's lots of things that we need to look at. But the key is for surrender and acceptance, not your determined and self-will. It will help you. It really will help you. If you're a determined person, it really will help you. But the key is surrender and acceptance. So I hope that's been helpful. If it is, please share it. And as usual, and as always, take care of yourself in whatever form it takes to take care of you. Because if you're not taking care of you, you cannot take care of anybody else. So that's it for today, guys. And I hope that it has been helpful and you have a lovely day. Take care.